This feels like a glasses type of video, so I'm just going to go straight to it. Yeah, I'm spoiling the next video that I'm making for a very important reason, but before all of that, yeah, I'm not going to be doing this often. It's only because if I put this in the start of the video that I'm making, I fear it'll be too long. But yes, the next video that I am making is I will be ranking all up to 264 Sidemen Sundays. Now, you can understand that this is a very long task. I took over 2 months watching all of the videos, and it amounts to around about 200 to 300 hours of content. That's beside the point. I'm making this video to clarify a few things, namely the videos that will not be included in the ranking. First up, the podcast episodes that they have put out. I understand that the second Sidemen Sunday is technically the podcast where Vic announces Sidemen Sundays as a concept, but it's not going to be a part because I feel like it's a bit too hard to rank considering there's no set, there's no real concept. It's just people talking when all the plans for their shoot fell through. When COVID happened, they had to do it. And earlier on, they thought, hey, maybe a podcast episode would work. The second thing I'm not going to be including is the Sidemen show for obvious reasons. They're not really Sidemen Sundays, even though they are important to what the Sidemen Sundays became. After that, I'm not going to be including the end of year compilation videos. Again, it's just too hard to rank with the other videos. If you want to know where I would rank them, it would probably be at the bottom because they're not content. Anyway, the final thing that I'm not going to be ranking is the charity matches. I understand that the highlight videos for them count as Sidemen Sundays, and maybe I could, but I felt ranking a football match in general was very different to ranking, say, the 7x7 match that they had with JME playing in that infamous Ethan clip. I felt it was very different, and the production levels on that way more resemble a Sky Sports thing, and I don't think I should be ranking a Sky Sports production with a bunch of YouTube videos. Now this brings me to my two special cases. These are two videos that I do not feel comfortable ranking for a very certain reason. The first one, and the one I really understood at the start of the process I would not be including, is the second Sidemen Mean Tweets video. Now, I understand this is a favorite amongst Sidemen fans, even though the Sidemen themselves don't really like it. But the main reason I'm not including it is the sheer amount of racism and ableism in that video directed towards them is a bit uncomfortable to watch, especially when you can see that Tobi, Vic, Ethan, and especially Harry are not having a good time. They are not taking it well. This is the first time that the autism jokes are brought up with Harry, which I've never really liked. It's the first time you hear about things like Vic's grandmother passing away and it being made fun of in the tweets. It's a bit on the nose and a bit too much for me personally. The second is the reason I'm making this video. Because, yeah, Sidemen Countdown 2 is not going to be ranked. I honestly was going to put this video out before I put out that Rocket Ismail video, which thank you so much for the views on that video. It's become one of my highest viewed videos of all time. But back to the main content. Yeah, Sidemen Countdown 2 is not going to be ranked. And as you can see, I'm Indian. And if you want to know my thoughts on it, I don't like it. And I honestly thought they were better. What sucks is this was part of the end of one of what seemed like one of their best runs. Like, honestly, the run they've been on for the past 6 months is the greatest run they've been on the Sidemen channel. It completely changed their content, made it much more mature, and I loved it. And then you remember something like this happening, which I want to just get through some of the arguments before it because I just can't be asked. So let me become a commentary YouTuber for a second. The Sidemen were never racist, right? They were never people who used to say slurs. I understand they used to use the R1 a lot, but then again, that was a different time that can be explained away. The main one is that a lot of sidemen fans are bringing up the Cards Against Humanity's days. Oh, you all want the Cards Against Humanity's days, and now that it's here, you guys are complaining. That's not what's happening. You can look up any sidemen Cards Against Humanity clip, and they do not say any slurs in that video unless it's the person who is actually can say it. You know, the most iconic sidemen Cards Against Humanity's clip is when Josh steps away so that JME can deliver one of the greatest lines in sidemen history. And that's it. They're stepping away. They're not actually saying what they're not supposed to say. There are not many questionable sidemen clips across time. I can think of a few off the top of my head, but nothing nearly on the scale of this. A slur being used for absolutely no reason other than to shock, which comes as such a surprise considering I thought these people were so much more mature and so much more educated than what they were. And if you guys do not think it, because I understand a lot of my viewers are Indian, and I know some of my viewers who weren't actually offended by that clip. You want to know the reason you weren't offended because of that clip? It's because it was not meant for you. It's because the slur was meant for immigrants to the UK. It was not meant for Indians, and especially Indians in my sort of position. And that's such a sketchy topic that I'm just going to link this thread. I'm going to link this thread on Twitter. It's a great thread. And just reading through it also made me realize just the sheer scale of what he said. So yeah, that's the pretext to my next video, which is I'm looking to keep it under 30 minutes. If not, it will almost definitely be under an hour. If not, I'm not going to put out the video. I'm going to try and get it down to an hour as much as possible. And again, this is my list, so it's going to be subjective. And like what you like, man. So that's what I'm going to leave you off on. Like what you like. And I'm not going to like that video because it led me to spending 2 months on this video, because frankly, I did not want to watch more sidemen videos after that incident. So yeah, until the next video, peace.